Well, the South African Cane Growers Association is calling on President Cyril Ramaphosa to announce actions on the government's commitments under the South African Sugarcane Value Chain Masterplan. The plan was signed in November 2020 to revive the local sugar industry. It calls on retailers, wholesalers and industrial users to procure 80% of their sugar locally, with this amount rising to 95% in the third year. Now, this requires that government should promote the use of local sugar by all its departments and state-owned entities. Well, the chairperson of the SA Cane Growers Association, Andrew Russell, joining us now via Zoom. I guess the timing was perfect for you, Mr. Russell, to remind the President ahead of the State of the Nation address what he promised in his 2021 State of the Nation address in terms of a commitment and a call and an encouragement for everybody involved, including the government, business and organized labor, to buy local. He must not forget the sweet business.
Yes, indeed, Dan. SA Cane Growers shares the President's concern for economic recovery, growth and job creation. And we believe in the potential of the Sugarcane Value Chain Masterplan to produce those results. But if it's to succeed, we need action from all of the signatories, including government.
So how has it been going? I mean, last year in the State of the Nation address, as your statement reminds us, the President encouraged everybody to buy local. Are South Africans, including government, business and otherwise, now buying locally produced sugar?
Yes, indeed. And the partners in the master plan have responded to that commitment, and the country has responded to the government's call to buy local. We've seen an increase in over 180,000 tons of local demand for our sugar in the first year. And the second year is just coming to a close, and it's looking like an additional 14,000 tons on top of that will be realized this year. So yes, indeed, we have seen an increase in local demand for South African sugar, but the commitment to reach 300,000 tons by the third year is going to need participation and commitment from all of the signatories, and the government has a big role to play in that, as you say, making sure that all of its departments and its state-owned entities procure South African-produced sugar to progress this buy local campaign and stimulate the economy.
Yeah, you said you're targeting 300,000 tons in the third year. When is that? When is the third year?
The third year will start in March, so our season runs from April to March every year, and so our third season of the master plan will commence in March this year, or April this year.
Just remind our viewers, how important is the sugarcane growing industry? How important is this industry?
Well, it's vitally important in the rural communities of KwaZulu-Natal and Mpumalanga. It's a crucial source of employment, and the sugar industry takes place in the deep rural areas where there are very few other opportunities. There are over 22,000 sugarcane farmers that supply sugarcane to the 12 sugar mills in South Africa, and 21,500 of those growers are small-scale growers who, together with the large commercial growers, employ more than 65,000 farm workers and create over 270,000 indirect jobs in the sugar industry. So it is a vitally important industry within the provinces of KwaZulu-Natal and Mpumalanga.
I guess if you take those numbers you've just given us, one can just see the impact on livelihoods. I'm sure it's up of a million, one would guess. So what would you like the President to say? I mean, in his State of the Nation address, what expectation would you have if, for example, in 2021, he did encourage everybody to buy local?
Well, government has begun to put the blocks in place to make sure that those state-owned entities and government departments do procure South African sugar, but they haven't completed that process, and we haven't really seen any impact of government buying on our sales figures. Most of the improvement has come from direct users, the housewives and the shoppers, as well as industrial users of sugar within South Africa. So we really need the government to lean into this commitment and to come through with the actual purchasing of sugar, South African sugar.
Who are the local producers of sugar? I mean, government can order in bulk. I mean, if the president stood up last year, he said, please buy local. Of course, that will include buying our locally grown sugar. Who are the producers?
Yes, we have 6 well-known brands or millers that retail the sugar in South Africa. Some of them more well-known than others, and some a lot bigger than others. But there are 6 local producers: Illovo Sugar, South Africa, Tonga Hewlett's, Rainbow Chickens have 2 sugar mills in the Lowveld, and there are 3 independent sugar mills: Umfolozi Sugar Mill in Matuba. There's the Gledhouse Sugar Mill near Stanger, and then there's the Union Co-op Sugar Mill, which is near Dalton in the Midlands.
Okay, what about the retail industry? I mean, most of us, the likes of you and me, when we go to the shops, we go to a retail, a supermarket, we buy sugar. Sometimes we don't even check if it comes from any of those that you've just mentioned or it's been imported. Retailers, have they supported this master plan?
Retailers certainly have supported the master plan, and a lot of the increase in sales have come from there. But I do want to call out ShopRite Checkers and the ShopRite Group in particular, who we've gone into partnership with to really highlight the points that you've just made, is that it's vitally important for the shoppers themselves to have a look on the back of the pack, see if they can find the proudly South African logo, or that the product that they're going to buy clearly states that it was produced in South Africa. Because those are the products that really reinforce our sugarcane industry and make sure that we are buying local.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be very proud to hear. A couple of weeks ago, I interviewed Happy Makumalongiti. She's, of course, with Proudly South African. And they are also encouraging the president in the State of the Nation address to say, please buy local, support local industry. I guess a further encouragement in tomorrow's SONA for you, Andrew, as the South African Sugarcane Growers Association, a further encouragement, but practically encouraging government to buy local sugar will put a big sweet smile on your face. Hello, Andrew? Apologies. We seem to have lost him there, unfortunately. Andrew Russell, speaking on behalf of the South African Cane Growers Association, is, of course, the chairman, speaking about an industry. Of course, it's in the world of business.